Greetings. Today we will explore the nutrients that reverse aging. Let's start with a fun little thought experiment. Imagine you own a $5 million Ferrari. Would you take it to a mechanic who says, "I don't believe in preventive maintenance. Just drive it until the engine seizes, then we'll replace parts as needed"? Of course not. You'd fire that mechanic immediately and probably question his sanity. And yet, that is precisely the approach conventional medicine takes toward human health and aging. Wait until things break. Then prescribe a drug, manage the symptoms. Ignore the root cause, bill the insurance company. Repeat until the patient either gives up or dies. It's a chronic disease management business model, not a healthcare system. And it's spectacularly bad at keeping people healthy. Meanwhile, over the past several decades, an extraordinary body of research has emerged showing that specific nutrients can measurably slow, halt, and in some cases reverse key biomarkers of biological aging. Not theoretically, not in press releases, in randomized, controlled, peer-reviewed clinical trials. This is something to worry about because your doctor probably hasn't read any of them. They were too busy writing statin prescriptions and telling you that aging is normal. After all, if their journals, conferences, and drug reps don't tell them about a study, they will have no way of knowing that something significant has happened. Big Pharma controls almost all the info they see and hear about. They fund the journals and conferences, and they obviously train and pay the drug reps to do their bidding. Let's fix that with some data. I'm the digital avatar of Dr. Max MacCloud, aka the Nutrition Ninja Doc. His passion and purpose are to solve health problems to help people achieve their health, performance, and appearance goals. He utilizes AI to save time, allowing him to spend it helping others. With over 45 years of clinical experience, he has acquired extensive specialized health-related knowledge that he wants to share, which is why he produces videos. Please note that this is not medical advice. It is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Consult your trusted progressive healthcare provider before making any significant changes in your health regimen. Now, let's get back to today's topic, but before that, I ask you to please hit the like button if you find this information helpful. Subscribing to this channel helps get this information to more people. In this video, we'll explore the top Tier 1 nutrients. In the next two videos, we'll cover Tier 2 and Tier 3 nutrients in detail. These are the heavy hitters, multiple clinical trials, measurable biomarker changes, the kind of evidence that would be considered irrefutable if it came with a pharmaceutical patent and a $500 per month price tag. If there's one nutrient that deserves the title of longevity nutrient, it's omega-3 fatty acids. A landmark 2021 study found that higher blood levels of omega-3s were associated with a staggering 4.7-year increase in life expectancy, making omega-3 levels as predictive of mortality risk as smoking. Let that marinate for a moment. Not exercising versus exercising, not obese versus lean. Omega-3 levels predicted mortality as powerfully as whether or not you smoke. But the story gets even more compelling. A meta-analysis revealed that omega-3 supplementation has a beneficial effect on telomere length, the protective caps on chromosomes that shorten as you age. Longer telomeres literally mean slower biological aging. Omega-3s combat chronic inflammation, the inflammaging that contributes to virtually every age-related disease. They reduce pro-inflammatory cytokines like IL-6 and TNF-alpha, while promoting resolution of inflammation through specialized pro-resolving mediators. I do not believe inflammation is the root cause of most chronic disease, but it is a significant contributing factor. The root causes are more closely related to damaged microcirculation and mitochondrial dysfunction. Higher omega-3 levels correlate with improved cognitive function and lower dementia risk in older adults. Cardiovascular benefits are well established, reduced risk of heart disease, stroke, and cardiovascular events. They literally rebuild your mitochondrial and cellular membranes, the physical structure that determines how efficiently your cells produce energy and communicate with each other. Why your doctor doesn't care. Because fish oil can't be patented, no pharmaceutical company is likely to invest hundreds of millions into large clinical trials for something they can't heavily mark up. So your doctor was taught in medical school that omega-3s are nice but unproven, and that statins are the real answer to cardiovascular disease. Beautiful scam, isn't it? The data says omega-3 levels predict mortality as powerfully as smoking status. But sure, let's keep pretending that's not important because fish oil costs $30 a month instead of $300. And by the way, statins provide zero benefits in terms of longevity or anything else for that matter. What to do? 2 to 4G combined EPA-DHA daily from pharmaceutical-grade fish oil. Target an omega-3 to 6 index of 1 to 4 or below. And for the love of all that's holy, eliminate the processed seed oils that are driving your omega-6 to 3 ratio into the death zone of 15 to 1 or higher. A randomized, controlled trial from the VITAL study involving over 900 participants tracked for years confirmed what progressive practitioners have been saying for decades. Vitamin D supplementation significantly reduced telomere shortening over 4 years, preventing the equivalent of nearly 3 years of biological aging. This is from Harvard, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, funded by the NHLBI, National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, not some fringe website, not a supplement company's marketing department, Harvard. The study showed that vitamin D3 at just 2,000 IU per day maintained telomere length, the molecular clock of aging, in a way that a placebo could not. Specifically, telomeres in the vitamin D group lost 140 fewer base pairs of DNA on average over 4 years, which translates to approximately 3 years of biological aging prevented. Additional evidence that should make any thinking person grab a bottle. A meta-analysis of 52 trials, 75,454 participants, found vitamin D supplementation was associated with a 16% reduction in cancer mortality. A systematic review of 25 RCTs, 11,321 participants, demonstrated reduced risk of acute respiratory tract infections. Buck Institute research revealed that vitamin D activation of longevity genes led to a 33% increase in median lifespan in C. elegans and actively prevented protein misfolding associated with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Vitamin D acts as a master regulator of immune function, modulating inflammatory responses throughout the body. Supplementation improves muscle performance and reduces fall risk in older adults. Why your doctor is still clueless? Because the RDA for vitamin D was set to prevent rickets, a bone disease from the 1800s, not to optimize longevity, not to slow biological aging, not to prevent cancer, to prevent rickets. That's like setting the speed limit for a Formula One car based on what's safe for a horse and buggy. The conventional recommendation of 600 to 800 IU is laughably inadequate for biological age optimization. What to do? 4,000 to 5,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily. Test your levels. Aim for 60 to 80 nanograms per milliliter. 80 to 100 is even better. Combine with vitamin K2, MK7 to ensure proper calcium rooting. I know what you're thinking. Multivitamins? Really? My doctor told me those are a waste of money. Your doctor should read Nature Medicine. A randomized clinical trial of 958 older adults published in Nature Medicine in 2026 found that 2 years of daily multivitamin multimineral supplementation modestly slowed changes in DNA-based markers linked to biological aging. Specifically, the rate of increase in two epigenetic clocks associated with mortality risk, PC Pinot age and PC Grimm age, was reduced by approximately 2.6 months and 1.4 months per year, respectively. Among participants who showed faster than average biological aging at baseline, those who needed the most help experienced the slowing effect even more, with PC Grimm age slowing by about 2.8 months per year. Now, to be fair, the effect was modest and not consistent across all 5 epigenetic clocks measured. But here's the thing. This was a basic, off-the-shelf multivitamin, not a precision-targeted longevity stack. The fact that even a generic multivitamin can measurably slow epigenetic aging clocks tells you something profound about the role of basic nutrition in aging. The not-so-humorous take. So let me get this straight. A $15 per month multivitamin can measurably slow biological aging as tracked by epigenetic clocks published in Nature Medicine. And your doctor's response is still, supplements are expensive urine? That's like saying seatbelts don't prevent all car deaths, so don't bother wearing one. Brilliant logic. Truly Nobel Prize-worthy reasoning. What to do? A high-quality, comprehensive multivitamin multimineral is the floor, not the ceiling. It fills foundational gaps. Layer everything else on top. NAD+ is required for virtually every step of mitochondrial energy production. It's essential for sirtuin activation, DNA repair, and mitochondrial biogenesis. It's quite literally the molecule that connects metabolism to longevity, and it declines approximately 50% between the ages of 40 and 60. NMN is the direct precursor to NAD+, and the clinical evidence is accelerating rapidly. A 2022 randomized clinical trial found that daily NMN supplementation significantly increased blood NAD+ levels in middle-aged adults within 30 days. Participants also demonstrated improved physical performance and maintained stable biological age markers compared to placebo, which showed signs of aging progression. Long-term NMN supplementation has been shown to delay frailty, improve gut health, and extend lifespan in aging mice through increased SIRT1 expression and reduced inflammation. A 12-week study on older adults revealed that NMN reduced arterial stiffness and improved muscle performance, gait speed, grip strength. In pre-diabetic women, NMN improved insulin sensitivity by 25% after just 10 weeks. Brain imaging studies show NMN increases cerebral blood flow in regions related to memory and cognitive function. There are several brands of NAD+ precursors, although personally I recommend using liposomal NAD+, which takes care of the absorption problem they are trying to avoid by using precursors. The conventional medicine response: we need more studies. Of course you do. You always need more studies. You need more studies like a fish needs a bicycle. You had enough studies to approve drugs with horrifying side effect profiles in 18 months, but a molecule that your own body makes that declines with age, that demonstrably improves virtually every biomarker of aging. Oh no, we need another 20 years of data for that one. What to do? 500 to 1,000 milligrams NMN daily, sublingual for better absorption. Or nicotinamide riboside, NR, at 300 to 600 milligrams daily as an alternative NAD+ precursor. Or, as I said previously, use a liposomal delivery of NAD+. Yes, I make one that can be found at mybodysymphony.com. Magnesium is involved in over 500 enzymatic reactions. ATP, the energy currency your mitochondria produce, doesn't even function without it. It exists as MgATP in the cell. An estimated 50 to 80% of Americans are deficient. This is not a minor issue. This is a civilizational failure of nutrition. The longevity evidence: a meta-analysis of 19 prospective cohort studies, 1,168,756 participants, found that greater dietary magnesium was linked to reduced all-cause mortality. A 2024 review in Nutrients shows magnesium to be a critical factor in mitigating age-related physiological decline by targeting multiple pathways from genomic instability to cellular senescence. Supplementation significantly lowers blood pressure in hypertensive individuals, with effects comparable to or exceeding many standard treatments. Higher magnesium levels are linked to improved bone mineral density, as important as calcium in preventing age-related bone loss. It improves insulin sensitivity, regulates blood sugar, and enhances sleep quality. What to do? 500 to 1,000 milligrams per day per 100 pounds of body weight. 500 micrograms per 100 pounds if you're not under any significant amounts of stress. 1,000 milligrams per 100 pounds per day if you are under significant amounts of stress. That applies to 95% of the population. There are several different forms with varying absorption efficiencies and functions. Magnesium glycinate, best absorbed. Magnesium threonate crosses blood-brain barrier. Or magnesium malate, malate itself is a Krebs cycle intermediate.